Okay, very good. Hi, Detroit Press Play, Detroit Press Play. We are live at the Charles H. Wright Museum at the annual Detroit Black Film Festival. And we have a wonderful young man, but I don't want to tell your name and where you're from and what your film is about because I can't. But please tell everybody, introduce yourself to our Detroit Press Play audience. Tell us your name and where you're from and your film.
Will do. Well, thank you for that. My name is Brandon Jones. I currently reside in Chicago, Illinois. I am a filmmaker, and the film that I presented here at the 6th Annual Detroit Black Film Festival was the documentary short Generational Pie.
Documentary short, Generational Pie. Very good. Tell us, just give us a synopsis of what that is about for the viewers that are viewing this.
Yes. So Generational Pie is a documentary short about a private chef. Her name is Epiphany McLennan. And it just tells the story of how she came to be and how her grandmother was just a tremendous influence both within her life and in her passion for the culinary arts.
Oh, wonderful. Now, how did you go about selecting her as your subject for your documentary?
Well, at the time I was working at a university and I always had to do testimonials for the different faculty members. And so I knew I was comfortable with people and having interviews. And so I knew I wanted to make a documentary, but I didn't know what it was going to be about. Mm-hmm. So a friend of mine was having a party and his partner's sister was catering the event. Mm. And I said, oh, this food is really good. And the thing that really stood out to me was that she made these small apple pies to go.
Wonderful.
And I took one before I left, and when I bit into it, I just said, wait a minute.
You were hooked.
No, I was like, wait a minute, okay, hold on.
It was an experience.
It was I told my friend, I need to get the contact who made this apple pie. And so we had dinner together, and just having that conversation with her, I just knew, similar to me with my passion for film and the arts, she could talk for hours or days about her passion for food and very detailed about it. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is the person that I need to make a documentary about, and this is how it all came to be.
Awesome, and I love partnerships because I'm looking at a fantastic partner right now across from me. So my question, does she have a restaurant?
So she's currently a private chef at the moment. So yeah.
Okay, that's even better. She can travel. She doesn't have to.
Give her all the travel opportunity because she deserves. Trust me, the place is worth it.
Yes, and I know you have quite a few more. I'm quite sure. Film festivals to travel with, and so that people, I'm hoping and praying that people all across this nation and world can see Generational Pie. But how can people get in touch with you? What are your platforms?
So I'm
websites and social media.
No,
yes.
Of course. Mm-hmm. So I currently run a creative brand called Renovision. Mm-hmm. It's called RENA Vision.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. No, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how it came about was I consider myself a Renaissance man because I just like a lot of different things. And I just remember one day I was watching a documentary about the Harlem Renaissance, and I was just really locked into just how all these different creatives at the time just kind of came together. And then just one day I was randomly, I was just thinking about ideas, and all of a sudden I thought about Renaissance men and women, and because I like film so much, I thought about the Panavision movie camera, and I said, oh, take the first 4 letters of Renaissance man or woman, RENA, and then just put vision at the end, and then Renavision was born.
I love that. And his story. Because a lot of people, when you mention the Renaissance, that part of Harlem Renaissance, a lot of people, a lot of our great authors came out of that. And I think of Zora Neale Hurston and James Baldwin, and I think of our great musicians, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Parker and Bird, and all those great people. So much great history, because if we're not careful, history can be erased. So I'm so glad that you are recording history right now. I'm so glad to hear that, and you run with that theme. You run with that. Very, very important to our race and culture. So you gave the website. Any social media platforms?
It's the same one. I have an Instagram. It's also Renovision as well.
Renovision, very good. So we can follow Brandon on Renovision, and we definitely will follow, and we'll love to keep and stay in touch with you. And we are praying and hoping for great success as your film, as your documentary travels from state to state, yes, or as you go from festival to festival. So we're hoping and also for some victories and some wins as well for your documentary.
Thank you so
Is there
much.
anything else you want to say? And this is a Detroit Press Play, because you asked me before the interview, how did we come about? And I told him how we came about. And the name of our podcast, and we're pretty new, is called Detroit Press Play. So before you go, we always ask our guests one important question. And we want to know if you can say Detroit Press Play 3 times as fast as you can, and look into that camera over there. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I got to, because I'm committed. Detroit Press Play, Detroit Press Play, Detroit Press Play.
All right, you did a good job. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you
and again,
so much.
much success on your project.